She's suing her dead sister-in-law's landlord, saying she needs access to her apartment. The landlord says the rent was not paid. I'm Drew.
Drew who?
And this is the case of the day.
So, as I understand, Ms. Holland, your sister-in-law, your late sister-in-law,
correct,
was a tenant in your building, ma'am?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And she lived there for 40 years?
Over 40 years.
Over 40 years?
She was there before this lady bought the apartment.
But it was the last 10 years that you owned the building?
Yes.
And so Ms. Thomas passed away recently?
She died July the 21st.
My condolences. How old was she?
She was 88.
And so after she died, you were put in charge of the estate?
I had the power of attorney, plus she made a will.
Was she living by herself?
Yes.
Okay, so she went into the nursing home because she needed someone to be around her during that time?
Yes, because she kept falling.
Okay.
And she would call me 11:30 at night to come and help her because she would be on the floor. And she did not want to go to a nursing home. She said, if you take me to the nursing home, I'm going to die. So 5 days after she went into the nursing home, she died.
Wow. So Miss Thomas was your tenant?
Yes.
And she was a good tenant?
Yes.
Always paid her rent?
Always.
No issues with her, right?
No.
So here we are. Miss Thomas unfortunately passes away in July. Did you attend the funeral?
Yes, I did.
And so what was the agreement between the two of you about how Mrs. Thomas's property would be removed from her apartment? Because that's the real issue. You say they didn't move it out in a timely manner.
No, I went over to Miss Thomas' apartment, and Miss Holland was there sitting down. So I asked her, could you get the the belongings out in August the 5th?
No,
Because
she never
Miss-
gave me that.
Miss
She never
Thomas-
set a date.
So on August 16th, you changed the locks to
Yes.
what exactly?
The main door.
And Miss Thomas's
And Miss
apartment?
Thomas front and back, and the back door. Main back
Okay,
door.
and during this time, though, do you know that she's coming in trying to move Miss Thomas's things
She
out?
wasn't trying to do,
Yes,
she
she
wasn't
was.
doing nothing.
Okay, tell me
Yes,
what's
I was
going
coming
on.
in.
No.
I have dates, putting down the dates that I would come in. And what I was doing was trying to clean that apartment out. I was doing it on my own. What she's mad about, she didn't get any of the clothes. Because Miss Thomas was a very sharp-dressing lady, and she wore very expensive clothes and very expensive shoes and pocketbook. She came over to check them out one day because she wore the same size shoe as Miss Thomas wore. So I think what she's mad about, she didn't get any of them, because she wear real nice things, real nice
Did
things.
she say anything?
Who? Yeah, she made a comment. She said, oh, she really wore some nice shoes. I said, yes, she did. She paid for them.
Yeah, I know she was a dresser. She was a dresser.
No, she didn't have any children.
was a dresser.
And she bought very expensive things.
The lady's like, yup, she was a dresser. She was a dresser. Look, this is going to be hard to prove because she needs proof that she wasn't actually given access to the apartment in order to say that, she's owed for these things. I'm not sure I buy that the landlady wanted the stuff for herself. That is too, you'd have to be dumb. You'd have to be stupid to do something like that. I think you could just, I don't know, get away with it. It seems like that'd be the easiest crime in the world to to prosecute. Someone died, you took all their stuff, and the estate got nothing. It doesn't seem like that would be a super smart thing to do. But we see people doing really stupid stuff every day. We live in America, and God bless us. That's kind of a big part of who we are as a country. Anyway, let's see what happens. I want to know if she actually took any of this stuff. It sounds like it was really nice. I hope there's pictures.
So you were moving things little by little on your own?
I was moving as much as I could because all I had was an SUV.
You weren't moving nothing.
You don't know what I had.
You didn't move nothing.
I moved everything she had in there. You just mad.
In there.
Okay, ladies.
You don't know. You don't know what I was
Miss Holland.
moving. Yes.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I'm the decision maker here. You don't have to convince her of anything.
I was moving.
Did she have a conversation with you before she changed the locks?
No.
How did you find out the locks had been changed?
When I went over there to get the furniture.
You say you gave her until
August the 5th.
August the 5th. And that's not a lot of time. And I understand you want to release the place and get somebody else in there, but that's not a lot of time for someone to move things out when someone has lived in an apartment for over 40 years and accumulated. Where are the things now? So you're suing for the value of the items left in the apartment.
I'm suing for the things she took.
Where are those items now, ma'am?
Still in the building.
They're still in the apartment?
They're still in the apartment.
But they
I got
could have been
pictures.
gone.
Let me see the photos.
That's her bedroom set. still there. I took the dishes down, and I was going to pack them.
So I don't understand. So this apartment has not been leased again. All of this stuff has been in there.
Yes.
Why not just let them come in and get the stuff out?
I had a lawyer to come and ask her, when can Miss Holland come in and get the rest of the stuff?
And what was your response to that?
She hung up on her.
I didn't talk to no lawyer.
Yes, you did. You hung up on her.
I didn't talk to no lawyer.
Miss Thomas was not cremated. She's not cremated yet because of the fact that they went into her account and took monies.
Who did?
We don't know. I have to take care of that when I go back to St. Louis.
Okay.
But she didn't do anything but complain.
How is it helping you to lock all of those items in the apartment for months on end when they're calling you, trying to get in there to get the things out? No one's ever called you once to try to get those things?
Yes, I called her.
Okay, Ms. Roper, did you have a conversation with any of Ms. Thomas's relatives about her property after you changed the lock?
She called me after she had broke in.
Do I look like I can break through a door?
August the 16th.
I did not go in and break a door. And then we went in. Yeah, you had broke the door.
Why would I have to break the door when I got a key?
You didn't have a key. You ought to quit lying yourself. You trying to make
all right. Okay.
You just mad because you didn't get nothing.
Miss Holland.
I don't want nothing.
Yes, you did. Yes,
No,
you did. Yeah, you did.
You tried to bribe me to get stuff.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What would I bribe you for?
Okay, here's where we are.
You're a joke.
Here's where we are.
You a joke.
This is getting crazy. Bribe her for what? The things that she already has a legal right to own? I'm a little confused. And then, do I look like I could break the door? The answer to that question is no. But I don't know. People are capable of all kinds of stuff, if they don't look like it. But I'm feeling like the landlady is shady here. There's no reason that she couldn't let them in to get the stuff, especially because she can't rent it out until it's gone, and she's putting the labor on herself to get rid of it when someone is clearly offering to get rid of it. It doesn't make any sense that she said no one has called her and asked her to get in when there's people to took her to court, to TV court over it. Clearly she wants to get in and get the stuff. So I don't know. This is looking more and more like a case for the plaintiff in the plaintiff's favor. So hopefully they can keep the fighting to a minimum and just talk to the judge. Although it's good TV.
When someone dies and they live in an apartment and they're in the middle of a month-to-month lease, which is still a lease, the responsibility is now turned over to the executor of that estate, which is you, right?
Correct.
And you submitted proof to the court, and I've reviewed that proof. And what you have to do, ma'am, as a landlord, you treat the executor of the estate as if she is now the tenant in that unit. 3 weeks go by and you change the locks and lock their family out from getting her property. What I'm telling you, Ms. Roper, is that is an illegal lockout. Before you lock them out, you have to get a court order to do so. Did you get a court order?
No, she didn't.
Okay, so that was an illegal lockout, ma'am. This is the black and white letter of the law in your state.
She's been nasty through the whole thing. I've never known so many nasty people in all my life, and they go to the same church.
I don't go to Miss Thomas Church.
They said
I do not go to Miss Thomas Church.
I don't care where you go. You need to go somewhere.
I do not go, and you need to go
somewhere.
Boy, if Miss Thomas was alive,
we have it established.
Yeah.
We have it established. We all need to go to church. Now let's move on to the next subject, which is what are we going to do now about this property? You have a couple of choices here. Do you want to go and get the property out of the unit, or would you prefer the value of the property? And how are you going to prove value to me?
Some of the stuff is old anyway. I want to get the stove and the refrigerator that she wanted. And she had them all piled up.
I want you to get everything out of there.
Ms. Roper, let me explain something to you. I'm going to decide what's going to happen here, okay? Because you've already broken the law in your state. So this is not about what you want right now. It's about what I decide.
She's been nasty through the whole thing. This is what I've been dealing with.
Ms. Holland, don't talk to each other again.
Okay.
Just don't.
I don't need to talk to her.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. On your counterclaim for $4,928, you're suing for rent, door repair, the locks that were changed, and pain and suffering. Your counterclaim is dismissed because you performed an illegal lockout. You couldn't do that. You should have gone to court, and you didn't. What I'm going to do is order the defendant to pay you punitive damages for the illegal lockout in the amount of $2,000. So you can have that money and use it to go and move out your sister-in-law's things by November 1st. You understand?
Yes.
Ms. Roper, do you understand? Yes. She is to be allowed back in with her movers, and I want you to contact my staff by the deadline and let me know that that has happened, that it has taken place.
Okay.
Judgment in this case for the plaintiff, $2,000 in punitive damages.
Thank you.
There's a smile at the end. Got him. I like her. She's fun. She got style too. Earrings, jacket, necklace, hair, glasses, whole thing. It's put together. It's clearly she and her sister went shopping together. If she was a dresser too, fancy dresser. Yeah, when you're the landlord, landlady, whatever you are, you got to know the law or you will get in trouble. And we see this a lot with these cases. You got to know your local law when you are renting to people. There are tons of laws that apply to you when you are a landlord. And if you don't know them, you will get in trouble. An illegal lockout in their state. And they didn't say what state they're in, but she broke the law. So, she has to pay up and doesn't get the back rent. Though she never even asked for proof of the back rent that was due, which makes sense because she said the tenant was perfect and always paid her rent. So it doesn't sound like there could be any back rent due. And that just made up as a countersuit because she got sued in the first place. Anyway, I hope that everyone involved is having a wonderful time at church. I hope that you go to church. I hope that I go to church. I hope that we all go to church and that we see them there. I would honestly, if I went to church and I saw that plaintiff there, I'd be thrilled. I'd know I was in the right place. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching with me.